one. LAG versus Chicago Hunted here on Fortress Hardpoint. It's going to be LAG on those favorite sides for P2, but it is quickly Chicago Hunted already trying to flip those spawns in OBG. Player number 5, he is found out though. But here we go into the Fortress Hardpoint.
Yeah, Chicago making the smart plays, trying to flip those spawns, but LAG had some members back there trying to defend it, but the point itself is getting quite mixy. LAG has about 5 seconds, but Chicago Hunted is taking that right back, and now you see Chicago kind of spawning on P2, but so is LAG. Gotta love the spawns in this game. No really clear winner here, as P1 is too mixy for anyone to get any real advantage. Chicago's going for P2, but LAG has it locked down, but it's really going to come to the gunfights here. Groovy's going to open it up with one in the center building there. LAG should be good to start on P2, but Chicago has a wave of reinforcements coming through that mid building.
And they are going to spawn LAG out, and the kills are good here for Chicago Hunted. So Chicago Hunted here with the early time on P2. Now LAG have to find a way in. Gonna try to break through the front here. Gotta win some big gunfights. OBG starting off with a kill for Chicago Hunted. And the kills right now going in the way of Chicago. There in the speed though for LAG. Maybe the opening, the flank from the back here. It is ProRex. He is found out though. Finally, the break comes in for LAG. Only 30 seconds left on P2.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of wariness on what these two teams want to do. I think, like, Chicago is kind of split between defending their old and P3, but I mean, in that kind of splitness, you see number 5 spawning on P2. LAG is pushing right up. They don't care about those last 13 seconds. They don't even want to fight for it, so they push up to P3. They have some Chicago members to deal with, but they're dealing with them pretty well, as Hunter Season, MWII, and ProRex combined to pretty much wipe Chicago off the board. But you see them still trying to attack P3. MWII, though, is not letting it happen. You see them flood through gate. They might be a little bit successful, but LAG, in the meanwhile, is collecting some pretty good time here, but Chicago is just not letting them breathe. Chicago, wave after wave is coming, and wave after wave, LAG is just holding them off enough to just sit on P3 and collect some time.
I mean, that was a big break, though, from LAG, because Chicago Hunted had the original setup before the hill pops, though. Finding the kills was LAG to break this, and Dino trying to see what he can do to try to break this hill. He's taken down, though. Really nifty P3 here. Not something we see too often. I mean, one of the bigger money hills on this map, but that hill remains pretty mixed. It is going to be LAG collecting the rest of that scrap time there at 17 seconds or so on that P3. Rotation already coming in for P4. It is going to be Chicago Hunted with the early setup, but another chance for LAG to break.
Another chance for LAG to break, indeed, but Chicago really wants to fortify here. They really don't want to give LAG anything, and Dino and Groovy combined for 2. LAG is going to be set back a little bit. Maybe LAG might try to flip the spawns here, but they just really don't have a position of strength to get anything going. You see MWII just trying to attack from the front, and he actually gets a kill on an unsuspecting OBG, and there you go. He gets another kill on the Dynamo with the SMGs. That baby responds back, but I mean, LAG, the breaks are just coming through. When they get a hill, they're defending it pretty well, and Chicago's having a hard time ripping them right back. You see LAG investing heavily. They have 3 members all around the hill. Chicago, you see them split, trying to look for next, and I mean, if it's a numbers game, LAG is winning out, and they're winning their gunfights, so LAG, once they get on the hill, they're just looking strong.
I think, as you said, I mean, right now it's Chicago Hunted getting the rotations, but LAG really breaking at will, something that Chicago is going to have to clean up if they want to win this hard. There's a lot of time left. Groovy finding 2, setting his team up for next. It is going to be a Chicago Hunted rotation again, but just another chance for LAG to break the hill. And number 2 and Big Dog is going to spawn behind the tip. Chicago Hunted read this. They do, but I'm going to say I'm not sure how Groovy's alive there. He does eventually get taken down, and now it is going to be LAG collecting the time.
Again, LAG breaking the hill, and it's going to be hard to get them off, but Chicago just has the numbers at this moment. LAG has a few members down, and now they're kind of pushed into that P3 area. Trying to push out. You see number 4 coming through the gate area, maybe trying to flank from the side there, but LAG, meanwhile, on the side closest to the hill, has actually been able to attack from the front and get some more points. Chicago is pushed back to P2, and they're getting the kills from across the map that they need to. LAG is off the hill again. LAG is kind of spawning everywhere, to be honest. Chicago might not expect what they're spawning, but I mean, they're getting the kills when they see the LAG members. They're getting the scrap time so far, but with a 30-second deficit, I mean, you've got to chain more than one hill, and LAG now on P1 has spawned there, or is there when the hill spawns.
Maybe a chance here for Zab Baby to get behind and get the kills on hill, which he will. They're going to try to fan out. He is taken down, though, by ProRex, who finds a second, looking for the third on the hill as well. Going to play his life with only 36 HP and wait for reinforcements. Good job there from LAG, looking for the kills on the hill. Chicago Hunter, and they do find them. Now just well, Hunter Season does get taken down by Groovy. That's a massive kill. So if you're Chicago Hunter, you're on the hill. You have the spawns for next, and you're spawning LAG in somewhat of a demon trap. They are going to be able to break out of this, though, but this is good positioning right now for Chicago.
Definitely good positioning for Chicago. Again, they're about like 30 to 40 seconds behind. They're just one more full 60 away from taking the advantage, and they're definitely looking to do that. But again, like I keep saying, LAG, once they get the hill, it's really hard to pull them off. And I mean, as I say that, they're getting spawned for next. They had Chicago members on next, but there was just too many LAG members. Again, Chicago kind of split between old and new, and in that kind of messiness, LAG just takes full advantage. Chicago members are going straight down. You have Groovy, but he's not backed up enough to really get any solid spawns. You see Chicago spawning on the southernmost part of the map, but LAG is still spawning right next to those back stairs, and Chicago are rushing right up, and they're getting shut down. LAG hasn't given up a second of this time since hill spawn, and remember, Chicago was on it right there, right before the hill spawn.
This is get interesting now for Chicago. Now you got to make a decision. Do you try to fight the rest of this time or go next? And I think they have made their decision. Already 2 LAG players on the prowl, though. These kills at gate. Zab Baby with the frag does find 2. And that is going to be the opening time here, you would imagine, for Chicago. Now, last time on this hill, they did get broken from LAG. If you're Chicago, this needs to be a money hill for you. You need this hill to get back in this game.
Definitely need this hill. One more full 60 and the game's over. LAG crossing that 200-point mark, but Chicago has flipped the script. Last time, it was Chicago attacking. Now Chicago is on the hill, and they're defending against LAG, and they're defending well. Groovy gets 2, OBG gets 1, and Chicago is firmly planted on the hill. Even with a full 60, though, they're going to be down 40. It's still not the best of situations, but at least LAG can't win it here. They've at least done enough work to secure a next hill. LAG, though, still not giving up, still attacking, but Zab Baby coming up from that top staircase area, just trying to kill whatever LAG members he can, and finally, with 20 seconds left in the hill, LAG is able to take it over. Chicago is still going after it. I think they don't even want to give up a second of time, but that might end up biting them, as, I mean, they're kind of spawning all over the place at this point. Now they're spawning mid-map, and they just didn't have enough firepower to challenge LAG setting up for next.
And now you have to find a break pretty early here if you are Chicago. They're going to get into the hill, but you see surrounded by LAG players. However, finding the kills for the moment. Having said that, though, ProRex with 3 in the feed, breaking that hill wide open. And now it is going to be LAG on the hill, only 30 seconds away from victory. Chicago needs to find an answer. Going to try to break through this dub stairs side, looking for these kills, but it is very tough. OBG with the first kill gets traded out. Groovy with the kill on the hill. And there's going to be Chicago breaking in for the moment, but just a bloodbath here on P4. Zab Baby finds a kill, but he's got people all around him. Can't stay alive. LAG find the kills and are back on the time.
They're back on the time, and they can win it here. Chicago feels the pressure. That's why they're just throwing themselves at the hill, but LAG is just cutting them down. They have maybe done just enough to prevent a win here. I don't know. That little fraction of a time that we can't see might come into play. 2 seconds left, 1 second left, and Chicago's betting that it won't, but it does. LAG win it in just a fraction of a second on that last hill. Chicago down about 100 in the scoreline. They were close the entire game, but one full 60 on that P2 just sent the game far and away into LAG's hands.
And I think really it always seems to come down to that. Punted on the offensive side, down 1-0 in the series, looking for a response. ProRex with the sniper to start the search and destroy here on Embassy. You know, talking about all that over-aggression and, you know, potential for quick B plants for this first round. Very laid back. Both teams kind of just feeling each other out.
Yeah, feeling each other out, maybe shooting across the map just a little bit, just to remind everybody that, hey, we are there. But Magic Mike's opens it up with a kill onto a little bit overzealous Zab Baby, who's kind of in that palm tree area, but OBG is trying to get some shots right on back to him. Those defenders at that B side know to expect Chicago now, and Chicago is just trying to get the angle, but while OBG is focused on trying to get that kill on to Hunter, his own teammate in It's Dynamo goes down, and he's also dealing with Big Dog, who's on that top orange building there. It looks like Chicago is down to, and I mean, LAG just took advantage of Chicago's hesitancy, pushed up, and now, I mean, I'd be surprised if they don't close in on these remaining members.
Does find one there, trying to make a play here. I mean, yeah, I think it is okay to play a little bit hesitant, but maybe a little bit too hesitant there for Chicago, and it is going to be the boomstick that gets 2 in the middle of the map there from ProRex. LAG take the first round. And as you said, I think just maybe a little too much hesitation there from Chicago.
Yeah, I think, like, I think, there is some credence to, like, hey, let's relax, let's get a pick, and then let's push up, right? But the problem with that strategy is if the team doesn't give you anything, you're just kind of stuck in a stalemate until you make an executive decision. Worse off for Chicago in that circumstance, they lost a player, and they wanted to get a pick. They lost a player instead, and that made them even more hesitant. So we'll see how they adjust on the defense now. LAG, though, is kind of just rushing straight forward. They're not making the same mistake, and you see Magic Mike already planting the bomb.
This is a good play. You got the sniper looking over as well. Big Dog also on a pinch here, maybe catching the Chicago player off guard. Won't be able to find information granted. ProRex with the sniper again. Gonna find a kill, now watching his back. Has to be a retake here for Chicago. A bunch of players around the site. Gotta clear the top area. Big kill there. Making it a 2v3 advantage here for Chicago. ProRex, he's gonna get taken down as well. Big Dog last alive. Only 18 seconds on the clock, though. Can he find this player on bomb? He sees it. Oh, cannot get the shots off, though, and he's gonna get taken down. Chicago hunt it with the retake and the round win.
Yeah, I mean, Chicago doing much better on defense. Like, LAG did get the plant, but, like, I think they were just a little bit too pushed up, and Chicago just kind of came from behind and was able to get the important kills. And Groovy, almost with the ninja, he gets caught out, but just the pressure from his teammate onto that last remaining player just defended him well. So, I mean, I did kind of like those two styles of play. Like, Chicago, first round, very hesitant. LAG, very offensive, but, both offensive rounds, they lost. So let's see if Chicago kind of readjusts off of that hesitancy and maybe tries to play things a little bit different here.
Dino now with the sniper to try to counter ProRex. It is going to be Zab Baby with that first blood. Magic Mike already getting active here, and he's going to come from behind on the Chicago player. Remember a second, but Zab Baby with a important trade there. And just like that, Big Dog is going to be last alive. Bomb is going down on B. Going to see multiple players here. Going to find the kill on the sniper as well. Looking for the second and finds it. Big Dog now in a 1v1 with Groovy. He's going to know where he is. Did he get the information? He does. Groovy, though, finding the kill, and Chicago narrowly hang on to take the round.
I mean, the first offensive win, I think Chicago did play that differently. I mean, I think we just saw them rush forward, try to get that bomb plant, and they got the pick because they were so rushed forward, and I don't know if LAG expected that. So I think, they played that differently, and it worked out in their favor. I don't expect LAG to really do anything different, though. Like, I think we've seen time after time that this is a very aggressive team, and they definitely play to that as one of their strengths. So I kind of just expect us to see the same thing of maybe a fast plan, but, maybe this time it'll go a little bit better for them.
Big Dog life there. Now Hunter sees the shot off mid-map. Not find the player. Trades going back and forth now with 3v4. That baby. Some bad timing there. He does get taken down, but trades are back and forth, and already Chicago gonna get taken down. LAG. Fast round there in the middle part of it. It goes LAG's way. They win the battle of the trades.
Yeah, I mean, 2 offensive rounds in a row with the victory. Again, I think they were both pretty fast. I think LEG, it didn't go exactly as they wanted to. Like, ideally, they'd want to get a pick and then go straight for the bomb plant and then defend it. But, I mean, you got a lot of members cut down, but you just won the trades at the end of the day. Like, I don't know if there were 2 or 1 LEG members left by the end of it, but, LAG would get a pick, and then Chicago respond, and LAG would respond back. And it's like, that's that fast play style LAG is good at. And, you know, the gunfights, their gunfight advantage just worked out. And, again, it's working out for them. LAG is full wrapped around Chicago's side, trying to flank them. And Chicago, again, playing a little bit hesitant. It's going to bite them.
I think what's working here is Hat Baby. Basically just 2 taps. Hunter Season in the middle of the map, but what's working for LAG right now is they are finding a way to flank around through the embassy, making it hard for Chicago, having to watch their back. And then, as I say, that Magic Mike with the kill up top, as you know, the second player is here in OBG. That stun will not hit. 1v3 situation though. OBG last alive. Dead side. Dead side. That's not possible. He's gonna get chowed here and taken down. LAG win the round again, and I think just their pressure in the embassy is giving Chicago fits.
Yeah, I mean, like, how many teams in this scenario, right? You're up 3, there's 1 player left. How many teams in this scenario would just back off, let the bomb carrier come to a bomb site, or, you know, maybe just run out the clock and, you know, just kind of play defensively and not give anything up? But LEG is just so confident on the map that you have those SMG players saying, nah, I want to get another kill. I want to continue to streak. You see them with 1 player left on the map just bursting through doors, jumping through doors, checking corners, cameraing people that they don't even know are there. I think that speaks a lot to how LEG plays this and why, you know, potentially they might win this map as well.
Passive setup here, really, for both teams, and now LAG trying to make that cross over to the B bomb, and it's going to be Magic Mike getting that bomb down. Groovy will hear all this, though, and let's see if he decides to pop out and try to get this kill. Dangerous prospect here. Hunter Season with that first kill on the Zab Baby. The stun from Groovy. Not a good one, and now LAG finding the kills as well. OBG, big gunfight, and does take him down, so he makes it a manageable situation now. But you're going to have to clear the top of this embassy. Groovy with great shots there. Now making it a 2v2. Correct. In the back of the map with the sniper somehow. Does not hit that shot. He's going to keep at bay, though. Got to stay down and just play your life if you are Prorex. Big Dog finds the kill on the Groovy and the second as well. And LAG take another round and go up 4-2.
Yeah, I think that's the first time a team has had a 2-round advantage in this map, which, I mean, to Chicago's credit, speaks to how close these rounds have been. But again, I think I sound like a broken record at this point. I think LAG's strategy just worked. They got that bomb plant down before I think even anybody died on the map. And I mean, they were just able to capitalize on it. They knew Chicago had to kind of rush around its zone, and they defended it. And I mean, LAG, very simple plays here. Like, just kind of rush, go quickly, maybe flank Chicago, but it's working.
LAG with not too much pressure here over to the B side. Prorex, though, with that sniper, we'll get all the information. Hunter Season finding another first blood here, but there's going to be 2 in response for Chicago, so they will have the life advantage. Bomb in a good area as well to potentially get this down. Big gunfight in the back alley that doesn't get won by Hunter Season, and he wins a second one as well on a sprinting OBG. Now Groovy left in a 1v2. Gonna get shots off on the first, not get the kill, and now on 20 health, needs to play his life. Does he know he's wrapping right into another LAG player, though, is the question. And now that Daddy runs out, so we'll see if player number 7, Prorex, I don't think he hurt him. He will be able to get away for now, but a lot to do. Bomb down as well, which I'm not sure if LAG knows this information. Info granted now, though. Groovy last alive, getting some shots off, trying to just play his life. 27 seconds left, though. This really should be a round win for LAG. They're getting aggressive. They're trying to find this kill. Groovy finds one, and now left in a 1v1, 36 health. The sniper out for Prorex. He's just going to run away and now try to get this bomb down. Chicago, can they get there and get this bomb down? I don't think Groovy's going to have time. 7 seconds on the clock. Can he get to the bomb site? He misses it. Now I'm going to try to find this kill. Groovy can't find it. I thought for a second he had time to get it down. He elects to try to find the kill, and LAG barely take the round. Yeah,
he 100% had time to get that bomb down. I think he was just worried about that one last LAG member. LAG plays so aggressively. It's like, you kind of don't expect the LAG member to just sit at the other bomb site where you last saw him. But that's kind of exactly what happened. Of course, he didn't know that. He elects to maybe try to look down mid and try to get a pick, but LAG just stayed where they were, and Chicago ran out of time. So a good play for them. LAG now up 5-2. Chicago needs to bring this back right now.
Big dog. Taken out by Zaf Baby in the back, and 2 on the flank here for Chicago. Hunter Season has that information, and that bomb will get down. So LAG putting the pressure on to Chicago to get the retake here. Borex with the sniper out. Finds 1. Now a 3v3 situation. Chicago, you have to clear out so many areas, and when Magic Mike is winning gunfights like that, it is going to be tough. Grooving out, last alive in the 1v3, no Deddy. This seems like an impossible situation here. LAG just trying to close it out. I mean, Groovy already running out of time. Now going to have to make a play toward the bomb any second now. But it is going to be LAG winning this map and going up 2-0 in this series here in the championship matchup. Groovy will find 1 for his troubles, but it will not be enough.
Yeah, I mean, again, broken record. You know, I think LAG just played that really well. There wasn't like a ton of like next level.
You're going to start on the defending side here. If you're Chicago, need to come out with some with a big offensive win here to get some momentum. But we'll see how this one goes. It looks like Chicago Hunted going to hit over toward this A bomb site first. LAG will split across the map, a 2-2 split across the map, and it is going to be Chicago with the opening kills here and getting on this A point.
Yeah, Chicago definitely need an offensive win here. I mean, they did the right thing. They got to A. They're defending it well. Magic Mike goes down, and Chicago are stacking the point. It looks like they're going to be able to get it. You see that number 6 in Big Dog maybe feeling a little bit too small to make a solid challenge here. And he'd be right because all of Chicago is there. But now Chicago, they killed Big Dog. They maybe have a little bit of clearance to go into the LAG spawn area and maybe get a few picks, maybe open up B a little bit more. But ProRex is on Chicago's side. OBG certainly didn't expect that. But Chicago now is making a play. They get 2 in the back bar area, but those 2 members who are making the flank go down. Another Chicago member goes down in the mid area. Chicago is reset. They've done a good job so far. They're up in lives, but you know, Chicago is going to have to figure out how to break a team that's really great at breaking defenses that we've seen from, or at holding defenses that we've seen from the hard point.
Well, I think this is where things also get interesting as well, because offensively, they took that A site with ease, but now this is the tough part, is clearing out this top bedroom area. LAG only 1 player over here, so 1 kill, and it opens things up, and now 2 kills already here for Chicago. Big Dog with a big play to make. Does find 1, not going to find the second, though. This one now opening up for Chicago, and that's going to be all, 1 player left here. Groovy going to try to chase him down, finds that kill, and that now is going to be all 4 down. You're seeing the spawns come in from LAG all the way in that chop area, the stack coming in. You know this pressure is going to come from mid-map here. Let's see if Chicago can find these kills. 2 big kills, though, for LAG. Dino finding the 1 straight, and Groovy here in a nice little spot finds 1 as well before he gets traded out. Dino going to get taken out there by Magic Mike, and for the moment, LAG survives.
For the moment, LAG survive. Chicago up a little bit more in the lives, but I mean, they got to take on B. That's pretty good. If you walk away with 4 ticks on offense, maybe that in and of itself could be considered a win, but Chicago definitely wants to go all the way. They get 2 LAG members down. They still got 2 to deal with. They're looking exactly where they need to catch the Chicago members entering the point. Big Dog is defending B from that little gap between Alley and that little glass casing over there. LAG again, now they're just spawning on B. Like, they're spawning right next to B. So it's like once Chicago gets a member down, they got to deal with the members now just spawning. And Chicago, they're doing their best, but I mean, LAG just have complete dominance of the point. You still have that extra tick. You know, you might walk away happy with that, but it doesn't look like Chicago's gonna be able to get this round.
Borex making a play, top Betty, and Chicago looks so promising. 1 more shot at the Groovy with 2. Dino with first, Groovy with second. Gotta get on this point here. He is gonna be taken down, though. No left. Stay on the time, wait for reinforcements. A chance here. OBG gets on the time with no time left. Gotta stay alive. Finds 1. Does get taken out, though. LAG survive. But as you said, the 4 ticks going to Chicago Hunted. So at least a little bit of a silver lining for them.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a silver lining, but they really have to they've got to show up on defense, right? Because if it doesn't get to
difficulties, it is going to be LAG on the attacking side, up 1-0, despite what the scoreboard does say here. Already start off with some kills. Groovy trying to play his life for his team, finds 2, but does get taken down by Magic Mike. LAG already on this A point and getting those close spawns.
LAG just kind of doing what Chicago did last round, getting on the A early, but Chicago is kind of diverting all attention to it. They don't want LAG to continue with this, but it looks like LAG is going to get it despite that. They just stacked the point enough to get that quick A capture. And now Chicago, they've got to refocus to B. They're doing a good job of making sure there's not really a ton of spillover from A to B. Chicago has still defended their back line pretty well. But LAG just seems to be kind of getting whatever they want. I mean, probably because they're playing a little bit, more tactically. Like, they're not rushing forward one by one. As I say that, though, Hunter season does get picked off. But LAG definitely are trying to play together. You see number 2 and 3 just kind of rushing in as a group. And now maybe LAG trying to close in from the middle there. Although Chicago standing on B, defending it well so far. LAG not able to get anything going yet.
Groovy with a nice start to this restart here, starting off 7-2. Backline here of LAG. You got to be careful though, because now I was thinking you would spawn these players over toward the parking lot side here. Got to be careful here if you are on the side of Chicago, because now it is LAG finding these kills. This gets scary really fast, and just like that, that's going to be all 4 down. You see the spawns now coming in from Chicago on the other side of the map. The 3 stack coming in. Then Chicago get back in. OBG with the first kill there. Second as well. Looking for a third. Now just trying to play his life on point. Finds a third as well, though. OBG goes huge for 3. And Chicago, hold on.
That looked really scary for Chicago for a minute there. I mean, I think what really screwed them was they were spawning more towards that A side of the map, and LAG was able to just kind of rush onto the point. But Chicago stops the bleeding in time, but now LAG has a 4th tick, and keep in mind, we restarted the match, so Chicago's 4th tick, as unfortunate as it was, doesn't count anymore. Ticks don't really count, because if we get to a round 5, that's just going to be a round 4 in this kind of set of circumstances. So, I mean, you get the 4th tick, but LAG is going to be on defense for that final round if we get there, no matter what. Chicago, though, doing everything to make sure that we do maybe see that final round, or at least they get a map win in this round. LAG 6 lives to Chicago's 10. It looks like Chicago is going to be able to seal the deal here with a solid defense on the B.
Maybe one last shot at this if you are LAG, but the guns are up for Chicago. Groovy finding 2. Correct. Going to get taken down as well, and that will be the round. Chicago, hold on. And we'll tie this one up 1-1. I thought that got a little bit scary, as we said. It was really he was slaying out. I mean, doing his thing, but was pushing up that kitchen side. When he goes down and his teammates go down, LAG got those close spawns. His team spawned out, but they were able to come in OBG with a big 3-piece, and they were able to break that. Now, LAG back on the defensive side. We'll see what Chicago elects to do here. If they want to hit A again, or maybe try to make a play over a B, and it looks like they will try to hit mid-map here and try to get some control. See where they go from there. Big Dog, by the way, with a cruise in the back pocket if needed. That could come into play later. Looks like it is going to be an early A hit here, though, for Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, this is a crucial one for Chicago. Like we said, if it goes to round 4, LAG gets defense no matter what, right? Because, they already have a 1 round advantage from the restart. So Chicago, if they can squeak by with an offensive victory, can maybe seal it on a defense next round and just kind of seal the deal here for the map. But, Chicago kind of just playing like they did last round. They're getting that A point. You see LAG trying to contest from that back line, but it's not going to work. LAG, meanwhile, having a solid setup on B. Doesn't look like they want to let any Chicago member through. They're also checking their back to make sure no Chicago members from A come. But as I say that, I mean, they are coming, and OBG goes down, but Groovy responds back on a Pro-Rex. LAG is still watching their back, though, very paranoid about Chicago members coming through there. But Chicago instead elects to maybe come through the middle and attack that B side. But LAG, their formation is They've got a little bit of a semicircle formation, and they're just ready to accept Chicago members as they come. The gunfights go down. It's a bit of a trade, but LG is spawning closer to their own point, and so, maybe they come out the winners here.
OBG and get behind here in the back. Purex is going to try to get him off, and he will take him down. So now back to Chicago. Mid-map pressure taken down, though, from LIG. And if you're Chicago, need to get some control here of top Betty, which Zab Baby does have now. Clear these areas so your teammates get those close spawns. They killed us, started off there from Zavage. Now, can they find any more Prorex in this couchage area? Is going to get found out. And the kill run is going in the way of Chicago. Trade comes in. The last up here on this side of the map, Magic Mike trying to make a play, and that big dog spawning back in and getting the kill. So, I mean, Chicago just can't really formulate a push right now. Trying to get something happening. That baby with two. Can he find the third? No, he will get traded out. Every time there's a slight opening, LAG shuts it back down. 27 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, LAG just needs to stall for 20 more seconds here, but I mean, they're getting aggressive. We've seen them do this all series long. They push up, they get 3 kills on the Chicago. If you could deal with OBG, that kind of just might be the round for you there. OBG, though, surrounded by LAG members. He's trying to shoot bullets at him, but, finally gets a kill. But LAG still watching a B site. If Chicago gets on it, they only have 1 second to do so. Even with the Dolphin knife, though, it's not quick enough. LAG takes the defense. Chicago would have loved to win that one and not maybe rest their only opportunity for victory on a round 4 offensive win, which is actually round 5 due to restart. But, Chicago has a lot of work to do. LAG up 2-1 in the map.
All defensive round wins as well to start this one, and we'll see if the offense can find a way to break through, but it's been pretty clinical right now. And it is going to be LIG back to that attacking side, looking to try to make a play here. And we'll see what they elect to do to start the round off the break-off. Looks like they're going to try this A hit once again. Chicago Hunting, excuse me. 2 players over here, but they should get sniffed out. Burek with 1 looking for a second. Finds him as well, and the clearance already for A. Both teams not really putting too much emphasis on the A point in the defensive side. They're both fine with, trying one time to stop it and then giving it up and rotating over to B. Seeing that again, Groovy maybe having something to say about that, but it's been a trend here in this match.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Chicago seems like kind of wrap around the A after the fact, but I mean, it doesn't usually work. They're able to get members off and maybe kind of bolster their life count a little bit, but the A point will nonetheless still fall. You see Groovy try to watch their back and try to get the rotating members. He's successful in getting one, but not the other. Now you have to deal with number 3 Prorex in your back. But, you see Chicago just trying to maybe get some ground here. Is that baby just kind of watching everywhere, kind of push into LAG's spawn area, try to see where they come from. And, I mean, Chicago has 4 up in the live count. It's looking like a good defense so far, but the way LAG plays, we know that they tend to be very streaky. So, I mean, they just need to get 1, 4, or 3 down to get some clearance to get on this B point.
Wow, nice shots there from Zav Baby. And it's going well right now for Chicago. They have some pressure up the map, OBG, you see in the top Betty area. And that's the thing for the offensive teams that's been a struggle, is not being able to clear this out consistently and have that pressure over the point. There's going to be 1 player for LIG on, but he gets taken down. The reinforcements come in as well. That's going to be 3 down here. Magic Mike last up for LIG, trying to clear out this top Betty area. Will be in a interesting spot there to catch these players off of spawn. But now LIG can possibly break through the back and see if they can make this play happen. There'll be some big gunfights coming down to the back of the map. That baby right now is absolutely frying. Prorex with 1 does get traded out, and again back to the drawing board here for LIG.
Yeah, back to the drawing board here for LAG. They're down 10 in the live count. This is not looking like it's going to go in their direction. It would kind of take a miracle at this point, but you see LAG maybe doing a smart thing and grouping up, but They just walk forward a little bit. Chicago's ready for them. They spring the trap. LAG goes 4 down, and that's it. That's the round. Chicago takes a very crucial defense. They could not lose that one, otherwise they lost the game. But I mean, there's a lot of emphasis on how this next round is going to end up playing out, because if LAG wins their defense, which has all been defensive wins so far, they win the map. And so Chicago has to kind of prevent that from happening at all costs. But they're going to be on offense. This is going to be really tough for them. If they can make the upset happen, then they win the map. They stay alive in the series. But I mean, for LAG, you win this round, you get a ring in the CRL.
Gonna be an interesting one. See if the offense can break through. Chicago needing a big one here, and they're gonna hit this B side, maybe catch them off guard. LAG, you're gonna have to find some kills here. ProRex trying to get in, but already getting aggressive for this B site, and that's gonna be 1 down. Now ProRex finds one, needs to stay up for his team. Finds another one as well, but now the clearance for Chicago to try to get on this point. Only one left though in Groovy. So all things considered, LAG doing a pretty good job of maintaining this B point. And that will be all 4 down as well on that side of the map. So now the emphasis goes over toward A, but good initial break there for LAG to defend that point.
Yeah, LAG doing great to defend the point. Chicago is not starting out how they want, but maybe able to get this A zone. That's going to be crucial so you can focus on B, but LAG is actually attacking you from behind here. Chicago's not watching it. LAG gets a kill, but I think A is still going to fall. LAG, that kind of backwards flank, it was a good move. It didn't work. Chicago got the point anyway, but, Chicago's still down in life count. They're going to have to fix that. They're going to have to get a 3 or 4 down to get onto the point, but LAG all over the place, watching all different angles. Any place Chicago come from, LAG's got it covered. They're winning the early gunfights. It's a little bit mixy. You see number 4 in that bar area go down, and then maybe that number 6 player in Isdymo kind of wraps around the LAG spawn, but the vast majority of Chicago is attacking from the front. If you're LAG, if you watch there, you're going to be pretty much all set.
Been very tough for the offensive teams to get a wipe on the defensive side and really get themselves in a position to stack the point, and I think that's really been the issue so far. Chicago now with some pressure toward the back. It is Dino trying to make a play here, but his team just going down around him. Now the information granted, he is going to find one. Has to try to stay up here, but ProRex rips him. Big Dog, rips him. And back to the drawing board once again. I mean, the offensive team just not able to get this breakthrough, not able to find the kills consistently to be able to apply some map pressure toward the point, and it's been a theme here. Now, it looks like Chicago Hunter maybe trying to push through this mid-map area.
Yeah, maybe trying to push through this mid-map area. I don't know how successful it's going to be, though. LAG just kind of like setting up a straight line of defense, looking towards that mid-map, but it looks like Chicago's going to get the early victory. 3 go down on the side of LAG, and that is your cue if you're Chicago to get on the B zone. You have to deal with Hunter, though, but he gets a double kill. You only have 1 member left collecting time on B, and you get the tick, but there's only 25 seconds left. A unfortunate nade kill from ProRex on the Hunter season. The cruise missile's called in, and it gets nothing, though. Chicago is reset. They're all back in their spawn. They only have 15 seconds left. LAG is pushing forward now. They're getting kills. Chicago's throwing themselves at the point. They're walking forward, but LAG is staying put. It's not going to happen. Chicago goes 3 down, and LAG are your silver mix champions.
Man, Hunter season goes absolutely huge there. Gets 3 on Chicago when they finally had a chance to stack the point offensively there, but he goes huge. Seeing him in the kill cam here for another